The story of Valentine's Day. The story of Valentine's Day came from the saints who were honored on the 14th of February. The first saint was living in Rome, the other was living in the city of Terni. The Romans also celebrated this day as they had a spring break that reflected the concept of divine love by offering the Eucharist to the gods on February 14th in Rome. In the 3rd century AD. As for the Christians, Valentine's Day appeared in relation to the saints who bore the name Valentine, who lived in the early Middle Ages. One of the saints lived in Terni. He was killed during the reign of Emperor Orleans because of the persecution of the Christians during that period. Although Valentine's Day is celebrated in relation to these two saints, their lives have no romance. The story of Saint Valentine, who lived in Rome and was killed in 269 AD, was persecuted because of his conversion to Christianity. The Roman Emperor Claudius II summoned Saint Valentine and discussed it together. The emperor was impressed by Saint Valentine and tried to persuade him to abandon Christianity. Paganism, however, he refused, and tried to convince the emperor to enter the Christian religion and therefore was executed. The story began when Father Valentine rejected a law that was not officially ratified. Emperor Claudius II issued a decree forbidding young men from marrying. However, many accounts assumed that he had issued this law to increase the number of his army, because he believed that married men could not. They are capable soldiers, so that soldiers will not be preoccupied with going into war. The emperor knew of the rejection of the priest Valentine, ordered his arrest, and put him in prison. According to the accounts, Saint Valentine wrote the first Valentine's Day card to execute him. He is said to have loved the daughter of the prisoner who was blind and worked to heal her. Valentine sent her a short message and signed her saying, "You are a savior of Valentine." The execution was carried out on February 14, 269 AD. He became known as the saint, and from that day it became associated with the concept of love, honor and loyalty to Saint Valentine, whose religion was redeemed by his spirit. It was customary to exchange red roses and cards containing Cupid pictures. Art and snapping. Cupid was considered the god of love by the Romans, who worshipped him without God. Valentine's Day or Saint Valentine's Day, is one of the most celebrated events on the 14th of February. Especially in English-speaking countries. Today is a symbolic day in which lovers express their love by offering red roses, as well as offering sweets and holiday cards. This day is also closely related to romance, love, and gospel. Medieval writers have expressed their love on this day. Cards that bear the shape of a love angel or so-called Cupid are exchanged in the form of a heart or a bird bath. The exchange of cards in Britain was widespread in the 9th century, as well as in America. The CTC statistics show that 1 billion cards are traded on Valentine's Day all over the world, making Valentine's Day the #1 spot on the number of cards traded in the world after Christmas. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe in the channel. Also share video with friends and press the like button.